Your favorite local grocery stores like Kroger, Ralph's, Fred Meyer, and more are now delivering on Uber Eats. Get 40% off your order of fresh, quality ingredients. Whether you just got home to an empty fridge or suddenly got a craving to whip up something new, you can get everything you need delivered in as little as 25 minutes. Get 40% off your order with code Kroger2026. Plus, members get $0 delivery fees. Order now on Uber Eats. Orders of $30 or more save up to $25 and 4/30/26. See app for details.
Ryan Reynolds here from Mint Mobile with a message for everyone paying big wireless way too much. Please, for the love of everything good in this world, stop. With Mint, you can get premium wireless for just $15 a month. Of course, if you enjoy overpaying, no judgments, but that's weird. Okay, one judgment. Anyway, give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month plan, equivalent to $15 per month required. Intro rate first 3 months only. Then full price plan options available. Taxes and fees extra. See full terms at mintmobile.com.
Yeah, we live, yeah, we gritty. I'm a little frustrated, but I still love my city. Yeah, north side, south side, west, we united.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to another episode of White Sox and BS. My name's Harry, and your favorite co-host, JJ3, over there to my left. I guess, yeah, my left on the screen. To my left, and we're here today to bring you another exciting episodes of White Sox and BS and tell you about all things baseball, but specifically a lot of stuff that's White Sox. So today, we're going to tell you about the good of the White Sox. We're going to tell you about the bad of the White Sox. And we're going to tell you why, Jay Nivey ain't with that Northside shit. And y'all know what I'm talking about. Jay Nivey is not with that Northside shenanigans. We're looking at you, Cubs fans. We're looking at you over there. You know what I'm talking about, Cubs fans. Anyway, as we're here today, White Sox are currently 1-5 record. And we got blanked today. First shutout of the year. Yay!
They making a liar out of me left and right.
Yay!
On last week's show, I predicted the White Sox to win the first game of the year against the Brewers. They failed to do that. Made me look bad.
What made you think we're going to beat the Brewers? With Mizorowski pitching. Their ace, their new ace.
It's the perfect time to predict the upset in game one. What you mean? It was the perfect time to say the White Sox are going to win. And they got off to a terrific start. I mean, first pitch or whatever, it was a home run. You know what I'm saying? You up 1-0. Like, hey, there we go. Hot bats, hot start. That's what we're looking for. Then next thing you know, steamroll. So they made me look bad in Milwaukee, got swept. Then you go down to play the Miami Marlins. Looks like we have a competitive game on our hands. You win the first one.
Because it's Miami.
Hey, look, it's Miami. Maybe they got down to Miami and started kicking it. I don't know. You won the first game, then you gave up the lead in the second game and got smoked. And tonight you just got outright dog walk.
They bent us over. Pause. No Diddy. Jay Nivey. They gave us a good one. 0-10. What separated today's butt whooping from the other two games? How did we get blanked in the third game of this series by a team we just saw twice?
Shea Smith. I mean, Shea Smith has been awful. He was bad in spring training. He's been bad to start the season. He's only pitched 4 innings in the 2 games that he started. His ERA is 19. He's been putrid. Like, he getting dog walked every time he takes the mound.
If his ERA gets any higher, he won't be eligible to date Leonardo DiCaprio. So he's got to chill.
Yeah, he need to get it together real quick, fast, and in a hurry. Honestly, Will Venable should have left him out there. I mean, I wouldn't even have pulled him. I would have left him in the game. You're going to wear this. Because you're going to wear this. Because every time he leaves in the 3rd and 4th inning, now you got to stress your bullpen the rest of the way. And then they won't be good for the next game or the game after that. Now, again, the White Sox game tomorrow got pushed back because of weather. Everybody's going to get a day off. If you're supposed to be the starter and you're supposed to be able to pitch through a multitude of innings, you can't only be going out there giving me 2 and 3 innings of work as my starting pitcher, as the opening day starting pitcher. It's unacceptable. You got to perform better than that. And he has been awful. Gave up 4 runs in the first inning today. Gave up another 2 in the second, and I believe 2 in the third. And at least 7 of them was earned runs that he gave up. So you can't blame the defense. You can't blame errors and mistakes behind you. Like, you got to wear this. So I probably would have left him out there for the 5th and the 6th if I needed to. You already getting smacked in the teeth. Yeah, Shane Smith, wear the L. Wear it religiously.
Liam Hicks on the Marlins was on fire, but that's still no excuse for how bad Smith was at pitching.
Sandy Alcantara was on fire.
I don't even know who our ace is.
There isn't one, but I mean that's kind of besides the point. I mean, again, I said all spring training on these shows that the White Sox pitching has been bad. That the White Sox pitching would be their Achilles heel.
If only we had a guy named Garrett Crochet or Dylan Cease.
If only you had some pretty good pitching.
Carlos Rodon.
Don't trip. We'll get to see Dylan Cease on the south side.
Yeah.
Just let me wearing the White Sox jersey.
Where is he at? He's in Canada, right?
He's in Toronto. So when the Blue Jays suit up and they come here to play us, Dylan Cease will be in uniform and he will be taking the mound for the Blue Jays against us.
And he is going to be lights out except versus Montgomery and Murakami. But transitioning, a positive we can talk about because this game sucked. Let's talk about the two positives. The first positive we're going to talk about is this rookie that's already in the lead for Rookie of the Year in our new, is he count as a rookie? Our new Japanese import. He's 26, Munetaka Murakami. He is the shining light at third base that I didn't know we need. First 3 games, hit it out the park, home run, home run, home run. This man has been on fire. Batting only 238, but so far 3 of the 9 times he's hit the ball have been home runs. How do you feel about that?
Well, I mean, he's looked good for sure. I mean, like you already pointed out, 3 home runs through the first 3 games hadn't been done. Certainly by a White Sox player that I can remember. So that was definitely a plus from him. There is still some swing and miss there in the bat, but that was predicted as well. But again, a guy comes out, he gives you 3 home runs through 6 games, 9 strikeouts, 4 walks. He's got a pretty high slug at the moment because of that. Even though the batting average is down, you're seeing a productive player so far through the first week of the season. I don't have any real complaints about Murakami at this point in time. I mean, we can complain about the rest of the offense and where everybody else is at. White Sox have been outscored through 6 games, 57-16. That's a terrible look, especially when I predicted the hitters on this team would hit better than they have so far to this point. They haven't produced well to this point. So again, I don't like being made to look as a liar. And the White Sox are making me look like a liar right now. I'm a truth teller.
Instead of this experiment we were doing for the last, 7 years, where we went after, we were the first to go after Venezuelans. It wasn't Trump. It was the White Sox. Instead of continuously go after Venezuelans, I say we go after the Japanese. We go straight World War II. And we go right in there, and we just keep getting more Japanese players like Murakami. Because if he's been this hot, why aren't we getting more players out of Japan? And it's not just him. Every time I look across the league, it's a new Japanese player that comes from a very, very good Japanese system, just killing. From Otani on down. Even Cubs have Suzuki? I'm pretty sure he's Japanese.
Is Seiya Suzuki still on their team? I forgot.
Yeah, he's on team. He's on IR.
He didn't get demoted? Oh, he's on IR. Okay, not bad.
Yeah. Still pounding away. Pause.
My fault, Northside fans. I don't pay attention to y'all like that.
I'm stupid Northside, but you know what? At least they're losers too. They won today, but they only got one more win because they're also losers. So that's the only. That's 2 positives. I said we had 2. We have 3 positives. First positive is our Japanese rookie that's been killing it. Second positive is Cubs still suck. And third positive is there's a 50-50 raffle that was supposed to be tomorrow, but I guess it's going to be moved one day. $50,000 for the 50-50 raffle. Winner gets $25,000. And then after taxes, it's probably like $20,000, maybe 18. But $5, $10 to play, you can even put in 100. Way better chances than playing the lottery, winning these 50-50 raffles that I enter in every single game, home game for the White Sox, sometimes the Cubs, but majority of the White Sox, because I want to leave out with easy money. And there's probably not that many people at the park, so even easier to increase your chance of winning. Easy money. That's why I love my White Sox.
Don't you always win at these type of raffles?
Me?
Yeah.
Not always, but I do win. I don't want to say consistently because once a month isn't consistently, but I don't play as much as I should. I might start doubling down this year and playing more and put a calendar in my phone, a reminder, hey, the game's about to start. Play that 50-50 raffle because you can play it online or you can play it when you're at the game. And then when you win, you have to go up to the stadium and pick up the money. So you really should only do it with the teams that you have at home. Because if you play another team 50-50 raffle and you win, good luck picking it up in LA or Ontario or Toronto or wherever it is. Just play your home state, keep it moving. All right, those are the positives. There's so many negatives. I don't even know where to start. We can talk about Chicago. You know what I want to talk? I want to talk about Jaden Ivey. Let's transition real quick. Let me make it baseball related.
We got to transition.
Pause. No Diddy, Jaden Ivey. Jaden Ivey, welcome to the White Sox. I can say that because he's no longer playing on the Bulls, technically, but his last team was the Bulls. He is a baseball fan. And with the North Side being so LGBTQ friendly, of course he'd be a Sox fan. Am I right? Or am I connecting too many dots here? Am I connecting too many dots?
I'm thinking you might get tapped on the shoulder here.
I feel like when he was giving those speeches about who's going to hell, he was talking to Cubs fans specifically, and Stephen Curry and LeBron James. But that's another note. You guys are not saved over there on the North Side. Save yourselves. What do you say? Be ordained? Forget this whole segment. It's not. I gotta work out the jokes.
Get this whole segment. We don't need.
I gotta work these jokes out. But back to baseball. Yeah, what bad can we go down? Venables managing. Talk about the rotation.
I can't go down that as being bad yet. Like I think we still too early in the season. I mean, again, it's only been 6 games. It's just too early in the season for me to go down the road of being a bad managing at this point in time.
Even though we got shut out today, I'm actually not mad at our offense. We actually have been putting up numbers. This is actually kind of random because we just lose like 9-10, 7-8, 7-8. So this is the first whoa, we lost 0-10. I expected us to lose 9-10 today. So this is the first bad game offensive wise we've had. Everything else has been bad pitching and defense.
Well, there's definitely been bad pitching. There's definitely been bad defense at times. But I mean, these games are not shootouts either. I mean, you lost to the Brewers in game 1, 14-2. Then you lost 6-1. The only one that you could say is really a shootout that you lost because you just couldn't hold on to the lead was that third Brewers game. You lost 9-7. I mean, they jumped out to like a 7-2 lead and then just couldn't hold on to it. That's why those are the types of losses that I was predicting.
Do you blame our closer? Do you blame our closers for that?
Look, in some of these games, you're not even getting your closer an opportunity, right? Like if you up 7-2 or whatever it was, and you lose 9-7, I can't put that on your closer at that point. Like before your closer even gets a chance to think about coming into the game. You know what I'm saying? You gave up the lead before you even got to that point. So it's not a save situation any longer, right? You beat the Marlins in the first game of that series 9-4, then you lost the next game of the series to the Marlins 9-2. And today you got blanked 10-0. So all of these losses are not by way of shootout where you're losing, 9-8, 7-9. You know what I'm saying? That's not happening. So offensively, you have to step up, right? I predicted hotter bats for this year, and I've yet to see hotter bats for this year. So, and again, like I said earlier, I don't like to be made to look like a liar, and they're making me look like a liar right now. And that I predicted that a lot of these guys would hit. Again, only first week of the season. There's still a ton more baseball to go, and a ton of time to really turn it around, and guys will start getting hot, especially as the weather changes. Now, weather is not an excuse because you played in Miami and you put Milwaukee in a dome. So we can't point to weather being a factor of saying, well, it was cold, it was chilly, it was rainy, it was windy. That's not a factor in these games. That has no bearing on the reason why you lost. You lost because your pitching sucks. You lost because at times your defense wasn't what it needed to be. Guys not communicating in the outfield, guys dropping easy outs and just, making fielding errors. That happens in baseball, right? That does happen. You never want it to happen with your team, and certainly not consistently, but that happens. But again, the first order of business is your pitching got to get better. It just has to. It can't be this bad this early, and you're running through your bullpen because guys can't last past the first 2 to 3 innings. That first and foremost, that has to change. And I can't put all of that on just the manager.
Every team in the MLB, I like to give them 10 games. I think it's too early to panic. I know it's been 6, but let's see where the first 10 go. Then I like to look at the rankings, how bad we are. We're kind of in the middle of the road offensively in rankings. Defense, we're definitely dead last. Closers, we're so-so, but our rotation is just bad. I'm not making
Bad.
judgments
Pitching,
yet.
you're last in
So,
almost everything. Like
oh
your
yeah,
ERA, I think you're last. Strikeouts, I think you're probably bottom 5 in terms of striking out the other team, and in terms of the White Sox striking out, I think they've got the most strikeouts in the sport. I mean, they set a record in 9 innings in the first game of 20 strikeouts in the regulation 9-inning game. So another thing that has to improve and get better.
true. We'll see what happens, but this this pump and dump restart where we let go our best guys and got back prospects, which, mind you, I don't even think most of those prospects have even played yet.
They have not.
Not a fan of baseball restarts. There's a reason why the Dodgers, Yankees, Mets never restart. They just buy more players and trade them when they get too old and buy more players. They don't believe in farm restarts. Only small markets do. And apparently, Chicago, the third largest city, is a small market. So who would have thought?
Been a small market while Jerry's been here, that's for sure.
Absolutely. And I'm tired of the small market moves, but small markets take patience. We can't apparently go after any big hitters or big stars. And if we do get pitchers that come up through the system and look like aces, we'll trade them away to restart again. Makes no sense. Trying to calm down. I know we just ended the Jettison Pays experiment, but I don't know who's replacing him. Lucas Sims, AAA Charlotte. Sorry, Lucas Sims is who I think we DFA'd, and then we had Pays play his first 3 games, and then now he's back down, of course, because he wasn't on. Him and Hayes were out of the game today, but Hayes has been gone for like 2 games. Rule of 5, the White Sox selected Pays at the rule of 5 from the Red Sox. This is after the 22-year-old rightly had a 0-3 record and a 2.79 ERA and 23 strikeouts in 7 games for Single A Greenville last season. So if anyone noticed, because I know it was bad watching the team, the Pays experiment is, I guess, officially over. He's not good, but to be fair, we're not helping any of our pitchers, doing them any favors with defense, and our pitching's just not good right now, and I don't know how to fix it.
Thankfully, we're not paid to learn how to fix the pitching on the White Sox.
No.
That's their job. That's up to the
Fact.
pitching staff and the pitching coach and your manager. They got to figure out the pitching. They got to get guys like Shane Smith to actually step up and throw strikes when you need to throw strikes and manufacture outs when you need to manufacture outs. And that's not happening. Got to get better than what we've shown to this point. But again, it's 6 games. You know what I'm saying? It's 6 games. And as I predicted, show after show after show, this pitching staff is not good. Like, it's not good for real. And normally the White Sox have always been a good organization in terms of building pitchers internally, whether even if it's via trade, whether it's via the draft, whatever the route of the White Sox acquiring pitchers was, they've always been good at developing arms in their system. To this point, they have yet to develop any arms in their system for this season. But again, the season is still young. There's still time for guys to develop and get better and to show and prove that they're able to get better.
I mean, how much better can you get? If it was up to me, again, just if I were the manager, I don't believe in bringing up prospects to lead your team. I do believe in bringing them up at like 5th in rotation, 4th in rotation. I think that's a proper way to do it. I never understand teams. You just got a guy who literally just got to the league last year, and he's going to start last year. What we should have done is, if we're going to get rid of Cease, I was barely okay with that, but whatever. We should have kept Crochet, and then we should have brought in some of these vets that are injured, but you saw the talent when they were healthy, and just got to hope this season is when they get back on track, like Shane Bieber. Shane Bieber was available. He was getting passed around like a hot potato, which is shocking to me because he was a clear number 1 ace on Cleveland, and then he had just 2 years of nasty injuries, and he's finally back. I would have picked up Scherzer's bad contract just because it's apparently pretty easy to move his contract because he keeps getting moved. I would have went after Verlander. I just would have went after veterans to kind of bring along the rookies, and then you get Smith and
Those
whatever
aren't
else.
viable names, though. This stage of their career, those aren't viable names to bring into this team. So that's not going to happen.
I feel like you can prospect and rookie your way with offense, but you can't prospect and rookie your way to pitching. And I think that's what we have.
The White Sox have done that in the past. They've done it with Chris Sale. Chris Sale spent 15 minutes in the minors. Like, the way he got rocketed up through the White Sox system from the moment he joined the organization to actually starting with the team, I mean, they got him up here fast.
Yeah, but we didn't have a whole. I'm looking back. I don't think we had a whole rotation with Chris Sale. It was just like one vet, Chris Sale, but let me look at the roster. What was that? 2010?
I mean,
2012?
I'm not trying to dig that far into the crates, but the point is that you get guys up here when you feel like they're ready. And
I don't think any of our pitchers are ready. Any of our younger pitchers.
And that's fine. That's fine, and that's fair.
I don't think Fetty's a great rotation. I mean, he's okay. He's average, but he's like fifth on any team.
Fetty is a back of the rotation starter on any team. That's assuming he can actually make it to your rotation. He's not going to start on every rotation. He starts on ours because ours isn't good. But on most good teams, Fetty doesn't start. Fetty doesn't see any time except just as a random guy to come in and open. He's not seeing no plays.
No, see, when Chris Sale came in, we were already above 500 team. But I think if you're going to be under 500, you can't pull I know Cubs do the opposite. Cubs get the heavy hitters veteran, and then they just go run young pitching. I've always been a fan of teams that do, all right, we're going to get a bunch of top veteran pitchers, and then we'll figure out the hitters as they come, and we'll just keep spending good enough money on the pitchers. When Sale came in, we already had our ace in Jake Peavy. We had
Jake
Phil
Peavy
Humper.
wasn't ace. Stop that. Stop. Don't piss me off with Jake Peavy.
Yes, he
don't
was.
even do it. No.
Don't do that.
Hell no.
We just got him from San Diego. He was supposed to be our ace.
Listen.
Your sale came the same year we got Peavy.
No. Hell no. Hell no.
Rewrite history. Like, you weren't happy in 2012. Like, oh, shoot, we finally got He reminded me of, what's his face from the Red Sox that won a championship with the Marlins. But Peavy at the time reminded me of Josh Beckett.
Well, outside your damn mind right now.
In 2012? Stop. Not in 2012. Stop it. Peavy coming from the San Diego Padres in 2012, he was our ace. Everybody thought he was going to be like, oh, look, we got a Josh Beckett 2.0. He didn't live up to that, but acting like he was trash is crazy. Peavy was solid, and everyone had their hopes up coming in. Because he made 2 All-Stars on San Diego, and then he made 1 All-Star on the White Sox. Like, what are we doing?
I don't give a damn.
I know you don't.
I don't care. I didn't like Jake Peavy then. I don't like Jake Peavy now. Why the hell are we even talking about Jake Peavy?
That is cold-blooded.
This is ridiculous right now. Even bringing up Jake Peavy in 2026. What is happening?
Cold-blooded.
What is happening? We done fallen so far. We got to talk about Jake Peavy right now. This is ridiculous.
That's how bad current White Sox is. But anyway, outside of that, I only brought up Jake Peavy to showcase that that's the year we got the very average Jake Peavy, except 2 years, was the year Chris Sale came in as a rookie and started and jumped to number 2 in the rotation. But I'm just showcasing that we had a lot of names around Chris Sale, from Jose Quintana, remember Phil Humber, Francisco Liriano, Gavin Floyd, ironically, just didn't. I always thought he had the highest potential. He never lived up to the potential. Chris Sale ended up being what I thought Gavin Floyd would be, but Chris Sale was surrounded with really good pitching, and it was an above 500 team. So it's not fair to really bring a Chris Sale comparison to a team like this. I'm just saying a team like this is a team that I go after the not outcast, the discounted pitchers who just left their team. I don't want after Freddie Peralta.
Not for discounted pitchers. His name is Eric Fetty.
Yeah, but discounted good pitchers. I never saw Fetty as a good pitcher. I saw Fetty as an okay pitcher, but I think there's elite, great, good, and okay. Fetty's okay.
Right, but again, the names that you're mentioning aren't viable for this team. You're not getting a Justin Verlander. You're not getting
a Justin Verlander now.
Even now, no, you're not getting him right now.
Why wouldn't we get him?
Not
now?
happening.
Shane Bieber would come here now. We didn't even attempt to go after Shane Bieber. I'm just saying, not too expensive guys that are on like proven deals. Oh, you know who else I want to win after? What's his face? That they're banned, that they're blackballing out the league for
no.
Why is he blackballed? I'm just
No.
saying, I wear GM. I'm bringing in talent upon talent upon talent, and then I'm surrounded. And then the last 2 spots.
Better off going back and talking about Jaden Ivey before you mention that dude's name. I know who you think about too.
And I'm bringing in Jaden Ivey as sixth in rotation. Sixth in rotation, and I'm only playing him against the Cubs. That's it.
Don't even say that name right now. Absolutely not. Don't even say that man's name right now. Don't even do it. I know who you think about. Don't say it.
Yeah, I forget his name. Shout out to Quintana for still being in the league after coming in with Sale in 2012. It's 2026. Jose Quintana is still good for Jose Quintana.
Oh, yeah. Good for him, for sure. But again, back to circle, to bring this all the way back on the tracks to your original point that you were making about, bringing pitchers up. The White Sox have brought up pitchers and done it fast. But right now, they don't have any pitchers available within the system to bring them up fast. So it's going to take time. So you got to deal with who you got on the roster at the moment.
It's going to take time. We said that last year. We said that the year before. We said that the year before. When is time going to be up?
The year before, you had guys like Garrett Crochet. Again, that's another one that they put a rocket ship on his back and had him up here. But when he got up here, they put him in the bullpen and they had him as a reliever.
Which is crazy.
Well, you had him as a reliever because you had guys like Lucas Giolito and Dylan Cease. You know what I mean? You had all of those names that were up here pitching for the White Sox. Lance Lynn, like these are the guys that were starting for the White Sox at the time you had Garrett Crochet. So you put a rocket ship on his back, you got him here, but you put him in the pen because you had, to your previous point, truly established starters, guys that had all-star teams, right? Guys that had received Cy Young consideration at one point in time.
Facts.
Ahead of him. So, yeah, you brought him up here. You had him in the bullpen as a relief arm. Come in, pitch the 6th or the 7th or whatnot for us. And then the White Sox realized it's time to go ahead and promote this dude to number 1 ace of your staff. And then he went out and performed like a number 1 ace. You don't have anybody yet who can fill that type of role, which is a bit of a role reversal for the Sox organization. So in the meantime, you got to rely on your hitters. You got to rely on your bats. You got to see guys like Colson Montgomery start to get hot. He hasn't been very good yet to start the season. I think he's hitting below 200, right? What's his average right now?
I think he's at 200. Let me look. This morning he was at 200.
No, he's not at 200. 182, 250, 318 with a 558 slug. Nah, you must be thinking of somebody else because it's definitely not him. He is not producing to this point. Again, we are week in, so there's plenty of time for him to pick up his level of play. He needs to pick up his level of play.
He does?
Right? He's got to get better. Another guy who we talk about plenty of times, whom, quite frankly, I'm tired of seeing him as high in the lineup as he is Andrew Benintendi. Pick it up. Highest paid player in the history of the organization, Andrew Benintendi.
We couldn't give Crochet his money?
In that case, I'd be 100% on board with you. I agree. Got to get better. Miguel Vargas, got to get better. All these guys got to produce, got to perform better, and we'll see what happens. Can they do that in the upcoming series? Can they do that against Toronto this weekend?
No.
So
I think everybody on the team is going to be out the league in 2 years except Colson Montgomery and our Japanese.
We got a 6-game homestand now. We're back in Chicago. Home opener is tomorrow on the South Side. You got 3 games against the Toronto Blue Jays. You got 3 games against the Baltimore Orioles. Give me your prediction for those 6 games. They made a liar out of me for the last 6. I predicted a 2-4 record to start the season for the first 6 games.
My prediction is we're going to have Jaden Ivey at the stadium. He's going to do a first pitch, and he's going to be like, you're all burning in hell, Northsiders. And that cheer is going to rally the troops. Good guys wear black. And because of that, we're going to win our first game against Toronto. It's going to be against Cease because he's going to want to specifically start against the Sox for the first game. Then we're going to lose the next 2. Then we're going to win our next game against who?
Instagram teen accounts have automatic protections for what teens see and who can contact them, plus time management tools. And Instagram will continue adding built-in safety features to help create age-appropriate experiences. Learn more about teen accounts and Instagram's ongoing work to protect teens online at instagram.com/teenaccounts.
If we knew more about our sleep, what would we do differently? Would we go to bed at a consistent time or take steps to reduce interruptions to our sleep? With Sleep Score, Apple Watch measures your bedtime consistency, interruptions, and sleep duration. Then, every morning it combines these factors into an easy-to-understand score from 1 to 100. So you'll know how to take the quality of your sleep from okay to very high. Know your sleep score with Apple Watch. iPhone 11 or later required.
Does it ever feel like you're a marketing professional just speaking into the void? But with LinkedIn ads, you can know you're reaching the right decision makers, a network of 130 million of them, in fact. You can even target buyers by job title, industry, company, seniority, skills, and, did I say job title? See how you can avoid the void and reach the right buyers with LinkedIn ads. Spend $250 on your first campaign and get a free $250 credit for the next one. Get started at linkedin.com/campaign. Terms and conditions apply.
After the Toronto Blue Jays, it's the Baltimore Orioles.
Yeah. Orioles bats are hot right now. But they also don't really have the best pitching. Why they do this every year where they got all these bats and no pitching is beyond me. But it's going to be a shootout. And every game is going to end with at least an over of 12 total runs. And we're probably going to win. We're going to win one. So I'm 2-4 next 6 games.
You got a 2-4 record over the next 6. Okay. I wanted, so through the first 6, I had predicted the White Sox to be 2-4 through the first 6.
But
for this stretch, for the next 6 at home, I was predicting a 500, 3-3 split is what I was looking for. So
not with this pitching.
So again, now with this pitching coming off the start that you had, might make me change my prediction around. But I'm gonna go ahead and stick with 3-3. I'm gonna be optimistic since you already gave the 2-4 prediction on your side of the house. I'm gonna go ahead and give 3-3 on my side of the ledger and stick with that. And see if the bats get hot, we can get some offense going.
You can have bad defense, but you need pitching. You can have bad pitching, but you need defense. If you have bad pitching and bad defense, then you need hot bats. What you can't have is all 3 phases disappearing. No bats, no pitching, no defense. You need one of the 3. And right now, the only thing I can trust somewhat is the White Sox bats. So I expect the bats to show up at least 1 game per series. And the games that we do end up winning is going to be those 9-7 games. But as far as games where we're down 6 runs out the gate, those are already lost. That means our pitching's bad and we have no defense because we're probably not catching up. But games where we do get that big lead, I do feel like we get a lead early and fast, which might mean, hey, maybe we should move Colson Montgomery and the rookie up one spot in the in the lineup. If we can get out the gate hot and get at least 3 runs early in the first 3 innings, I do feel like we're the type of team that feeds off, okay, we're hitting bats early, let's keep hitting. Because when we're cold, we're cold. And even if we're hot in bats, it just seems like this defense and pitching is not going to show up. So there's no lineup right now I see where, okay, our defense is going to show up for them because their bats aren't that strong right now. So far, the teams that we are going up against, the next 2 teams, have strong bats right now because Blue Jays are hot right now without Vladimir Guerrero even hitting a home run. Springer's been and Varsho have been pretty hot out this world. And then Baltimore, I think they just put up 8 runs today against the Rangers and Eovaldi, who killed last season, but he's having a rough start this season. And Gunnar Henderson, who was on WBC team, I think he's over his World Baseball Classic hangover because their bats are hot. They're playing good small ball over in Baltimore, and they're just trying to crush everything out the park in Toronto. So I expect the slugfest shootout for the games we do win. We can definitely steal one versus Baltimore because their pitching isn't that great. Toronto, it's matchup dependent. I don't see us doing that against Cease, but I do see us doing that against their other pitchers because Gausman already pitched today and he's got another game where he got another 8 to 10 Ks. So luckily we won't see him the next series that we play them. Well, maybe we'll see Gausman after this series and the next time we play Toronto. But for this series coming up, because Gausman just got like 10 Ks today, thank goodness we won't see him coming up. We'll probably see Cease. They got a rookie pitching, I forget his name, and some mid player in the rotation. So I expect us to take one of those second or third games after Cease.
I mean, look, Cease is definitely gonna come in and try to put some Ks on the board
Absolutely.
against the White Sox for sure. Be ready to play, be ready to hit. We're gonna see what's gonna happen. Again, I'm gonna stand on the side of optimism right now, since you already gave your 2 and 4. So I'm gonna stick, like I said, I'm gonna stick with my 3 and 3.
2 and 4 isn't optimistic?
Yes.
All right.
I'm gonna stick with my 3 and 3. You're gonna get 1 against Toronto. You're gonna get 2 against Baltimore.
Okay.
So
they'll have to surprise me.
yes, of course, they're gonna have to surprise us all. That's what the season's about. Definitely gonna have to be some surprises thrown in there to get to my win prediction of 71. So we're gonna see what's up.
71. I'm happy with at least 20, but I'll take 71.
All right. It's time to boom the room. All right, so you got anything else you want to holler to the people about?
No, that's it. Just y'all better make sure you pay and repent, because you're not truly saved until you open the Bible and stop. I got to memorize a speech so I can make this funny, and stop having premarital sex. Shout out to Jaden Ivey. Somebody get him tickets to a Cubs game so he can show up in like a Pope uniform or Pope
Somebody
outfit
get that man some counseling
and start
that's what he needs.
pointing at all the sinners in Wrigley.
Repent, like you know what I'm saying, like you said. But y'all get that man Jaden Ivey some prayers and some time on the couch with that lady to go through some therapy, because he need that too.
Yeah, and that other couch too, the casting one, whatever. Anyway, yo, pause. No Diddy, Jaden Ivey.
Yo.
Pause, time out. No Diddy, Jaden Ivey.
All right, it's a wrap.
All right. Thanks for watching White Sox and BS. And hope you guys had just as fun time learning more today about the White Sox for you guys as we did too. Does that make any sense? I don't know. But thanks for watching us and all that fun stuff. See you guys later. Peace out.
Appreciate you tapping into this latest episode from the Frustrated Chicago Sports Fan channel. Don't matter if you was watching on YouTube or listening on Spotify or Apple. Make sure you like, subscribe, share with everybody on the block, and hit the notification bell so you never miss none of our daily drops. And to all the guys from the shy, we say 3 things. Bear down, fly the W, and sell the team, Jerry.